So rip that. Land Brace, this is one of my favorites. So this is the level where you have one static joint, and you have some roads. So you put some roads across here, and then build either backwards or forwards to one of the walls to brace it. I built a Trebuchet, a $4,500 Trebuchet that swings them up. And when we built this, we were actually the #1 non-breaking solution. These two have gotten in since then. We're still top 1%. I don't know if this one's legit or not, I have no idea, but that one was there. But at least of all these other solutions, when I built this one, we were the top non-breaking, which was pretty awesome. Hydraulic management. This is actually a different design than the last time I did this level, because it's slightly more optimized. Having the road bump here, but then dropping a road is actually worse than just having this be a jump. It's weird. Top 1%. Large bridge. It's a large bridge. These diamonds do have to be this large. You can't narrow them up. You might notice as we go over them, they get rather dark. If we narrow them up a little, they explode. So, rather optimized design there. I don't know what people are doing higher than that. It must be a different design from this one, which, I mean, I'm using a triple diamond, which is usually not optimal, so who knows what they're doing. Unity. Okay, well, noodles are great, right? So we got a noodle here that this guy goes up, and we've raised this area because the water level's here, so we've raised this so we could put a noodle across it, because noodles. This guy's gonna come down a noodle. He also has to go back up the same noodle. It's such an outrageous solution to just have noodles everywhere. So he goes, oh yeah, the noodle's fine. It can just take that impact because there's a spring. And he goes across, and then he goes back. And when he goes up, we get this twist at the end where, oh, he can't make it. He's a Model T. It's too steep. We're gonna do a backflip. Okay. And for some reason he can make it up the second time. I have no clue. I have no idea why he can make it up the second time, but we got a backflip in our solution. That's pretty good. Top 1%. 99% stress. I was originally doing this as a no hydraulic challenge, and we just cut the budget so much. It's just like, yeah, we're gonna just tow him across. Screw the hydraulic phase, we just tow him to the other side. That's a pretty good strategy for the no hydraulic challenge. And then we just kept cutting the budget, realized we don't need like this support and other little things, like this whole area can be empty on both sides. If this isn't connected, then your roads don't get tugged out of the wall. And just ended up being a really good budget solution also. When I say really good, I mean we're #1. It's the 6th solution to this level. the tow truck. Lowrider. I don't remember how well we did on this level, but I like what this bridge looks like. The design looks neat. Someone earlier said it looks like DNA. Also looks kind of like a whip or something with the bending and waving and whatever. Also, limos are... Let's do 300% speed. They're just... So behind my head, there's a thing here that we could have connected to either of these to stop it from wobbling, but we didn't need that for the budget, so instead we just have the limo take a while to get up the thing. Limos are great. Just really fantastic cars. Really fantastic, just the greatest. I promise that he's moving, just slowly. And hopefully not backwards. There we go. Jesus Christ. 3rd place on that one, top 1%. Buggy Bouncer. So similar to my non-challenge version solution, we have one piece of road here and a little triangle. I got a slight optimization that I no longer need the second piece of road here, so we're down from like 600 some dollars to 457, which is top 1%. I think these ones are falling road, where you just have a road fall into place in this last crevice at the right time and it performs both functions. This level I like. You go up this side and you ride down the rock itself. Just screw having the bridge go like this, screw having supports. I love this solution just because you ride down the rock itself. Also, there's nice little things like this road not having any supports on it. Nice little cheats like that. I just like riding down the rock. That's just entertaining to me. 5th place on that one. Roundabout. Holy noodles, Batman. So first we're gonna do a flip off the edge. And we can just land on this noodle, because why wouldn't we be able to? Then we're gonna go up this noodle to get to the reverse thingy. And the hydraulics are gonna happen. And we're just barely gonna touch this. And we're actually just gonna roll backwards onto the noodle while hydraulics are going. And we have this spring with a road on it, and we're gonna donk the tiny gap on this corner that this spring makes. Watch the donk. So we're moving really fast. We donk right there, narrowly missing the road, so we can safely land on the noodle. And then we get up the cliff eventually, I promise. Promise we get up the cliff eventually. I promise we get up this cliff eventually. Moving, just not very fast. It's a trend in budget solutions. 9th place, top 1%. It's a trend that you don't always move very fast. So this level, there's a story behind this level. So notice this spring, the road on it, slowing the limo down. The story behind this level is I literally just stole Eunice's solution completely, but Eunice, this was cable. In my solution, this is a rope, because I found a great optimization to stall the limo driver, and when you do 2 ropes instead of 1, they take a bit less of the stress. So in Eunice's solution, the whole center of the bridge, we can actually take a look at it. It should be right here. He's actually made the center even narrower, and he's got some wood, but I'm just using steel. And then in his solution, this is a cable. But in mine, it's a rope, and I get to do that optimization because, whoops. Didn't mean to click that one. I meant to click play again. I get to do rope because, first of all, there's 2 ropes, so they have a little more leeway, which means the bridge itself takes more of the stress, so that's why I have to widen the bridge, but also because I slowed down the limo, so whenever I have 2 cars on it at once. So I like the optimization where I figured out how to replace the cable with rope and save a bunch of money. And limos are great vehicles, aren't they? They're just wonderful. Number 1,